All right, I was trying to make a decision on. I'm gonna just tell you some things about me. I guess it's quirky or maybe not. I don't know. Living in Atlanta, I kind of adapted some rules, some driving rules for myself. And one of those driving rules is never make a left turn if you don't have to. Okay? And if you do make a left turn, make it at a traffic light. So I was about to break that rule, and then I realized I was like, yeah, I don't feel like doing that. I'm gonna look for a light. I need to make a left turn because I'm technically in the suburbs of College Park right now, and I'm gonna head back to the apartment. And I would rather do that turn at a light versus trying to, even though the traffic's not that bad today. Actually, it's not bad at all. Um, it's more scenic ride. But anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna head back to the apartment because at first I spent like 2 days at the apartment overnight because it was cold, and you know, it's like I don't want to, if I don't have to be out and about just to get up to go make sure my brother's taking his medicine, then I'm gonna stay in, right? It won't make sense. So that's what I did. I stayed in. I had some tutoring to do also. So I guess I'm back in that game. Gotta, bring up the multiple streams of income now. And what else? Yeah, so just trying to get organized and figure out what I'm gonna do for uh 2026. And I hadn't thought about this since I got a new refrigerator over the summer. I had a jar of fire cider that I had to get rid of, unfortunately, because my refrigerator, was giving out on me, and everything went bad. So I'm going to make a new batch of fire cider today/tomorrow. And that's the reason why I'm going to go back to the apartment, because I don't have a kitchen that's workable right now at my house. I'm also, and I wasn't going to do this, and then it wasn't until I started thinking about making the fire cider oh, well, I guess I'm going to do the black eyed peas and greens thing. Um, my brother likes black eyed peas anyway, and the fact is, he can cook, but he can't cook everything, and he doesn't have, I want to say patience, but the motivation and mindset enough to do it from dried beans, right? So he'll make rice. Rice is fast, so he can't, with other dried beans, he struggles. So I'm gonna go and start up the peas, and put them in my crock pot. The other day, I got mad because he took my crock pot into his room instead of washing the dishes. So yeah, I mean, I'm still trying to figure out like what is his personality versus what is the illness. And I think the cleaning is his personality. I think because he is selective in what he is cleaning. Okay, so I remember one time when I was getting somebody to come to see him, and that was like September. Yeah, time is moving. So anyway, he panicked one morning because I wasn't cleaning. I've gotten to the point where I don't clean every day in there at the apartment because I can't. Like, especially if I'm not in there every day, I would come back and clean the dishes for him so he could mess them up overnight. I was like, I'm not doing that. But anyway, he panicked one morning because he knew I had somebody coming to see him that he wanted to take a bath and he didn't clean the tub and he didn't know how to clean the tub. And I had to help him clean the tub before I had to go to work. But anyway, so he can when he's wanting to cook a certain thing and a pot isn't clean, he'll clean the pot. Do you see what I'm saying? Or he'll clean a fork or a spoon. So I think this cleaning thing is his personality, or not cleaning thing. So one mystery solved. Okay, with all that said, I'm still not cleaning every day for him. I'll do it once a week just to keep, bugs and germs and all this other stuff away. But other than that, no. So yeah, so I'm going to go back over there and I'm going to start up the peas, the black eyed peas, start cutting up stuff for my fire cider because a lot of my other cooking things, like my apple cider vinegar, the last time I left it over there, he threw it away. So now my apple cider vinegar lives at my house. So I can, at the very least, cut up some of the materials that I do have with me that I just bought. And I'll tell you what's that in a minute for my fire cider. And start up the peas. And I also got greens. I also... I know, I am plant-based. I really am. But I'm going to go ahead and put some jowls in it, some ham jowls into the greens. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, well, I want him to have, my brother, a normal holiday. Like, it's been years since he's had like a normal kind of holiday. Oh, thank you. So maybe cooking him a New Year's Eve / New Year's Day meal and have some normalcy around it will help him, come out of his illness a little bit better. And I'm gonna, there's already a cornmeal mix already there because I was actually going to make, I guess, some salmon patties before, but I was like, I changed my mind. So I can just go ahead and make the corn muffins also. I got him buttermilk. Yeah, this is a good old-fashioned Southern meal, okay? The one that, like, I'm literally, my grandmother her picture is right here with me attached to this thing. So a meal that she would make, basically. And I'm trying to think, I was thinking, what's the other meat? I was like, well, I made some meat the other day, so he can, do what he gotta do. I'm not gonna make a whole nother meat dish for him. And I usually will take it, put it in the freezer. Actually, since I still have the chicken, so maybe the rotisserie chicken. So I have some frozen rotisserie chicken that I used I made a soup the other day too. That's the other reason why I stayed over there. I didn't want him like poking. Well, he usually doesn't, poking at my stuff. So yes, so maybe I can use the rotisserie chicken in the greens along with the pork jowls, the fat. We need the fat. He needs the fat for cognitive things. So yeah, so I'm gonna make fire cider for me. I'm going to start the greens in black eyed peas. Maybe I'll cut up the chicken. Maybe, so before he was like, I don't want this, because again, this is, for a whole nother video, but there are times when he doesn't ask for help when he really needs help. Then he waits until it's the last possible second to actually ask for help, when really he could just be asking for help. So, like I said, with the whole bathtub situation, it's like, well, had you cleaned the tub the night before when I was there, it would have been clean. Not first thing in the morning and somebody's coming over here in 2 hours. Now you want me to clean the tub for you or help you clean it because you don't know how to do it. So again, personality / illness / being a man. I don't know. Maybe I should have that as part of, like, it's not funny, but like I have to have some humor in this. But genuinely, seriously, for a while, I was like, okay, he's not cleaning. Is it because of his mental illness? And then I thought about it and I was like, wait a minute. Even before, when we were like teenagers and stuff, and we did live together in college for 1 year, he was like that. So I was like, okay, this is his personality. That's how I know. Okay, I had to think way back. I was like, no, this is his personality. He doesn't clean unless he really has to. And so I'm. Yeah. um, I was trying to avoid not running over a person, but hopefully that wasn't something too damaging. All right, so yeah, that's what I'm going to be making for my New Year's. I'm also going to be doing some other woo-woo stuff, some kitchen witchery. The fire cider is a part of it, but um, yeah. I might go live again. I don't know if my brother is there. I probably will not go live. I'll probably just do like a reel or something, or just 3 minutes something to let y'all know what's going on. But I'm basically going to quickly go in there, dump off, not dump off. Well, start up my crock pot. I'll be back over there anyway around 5 or 6, and that will be the perfect amount of time for those black eyed peas to be doing what they need to be doing in there. And I think I'll put the green. Do I want to put the greens in there now? Also, you tell me, y'all. Like, I mean, I could put them in there. In fact, it would be better. Or this is what I could also do. I could do half and half. Maybe I'll do half and half. So I'll put half of the greens in there now with the peas, and then I will wait for maybe either overnight or the next day, tomorrow, New Year's Day, for the other half. Because you can eat greens pretty crunchy, right? So if there's a mix, I don't know. Yeah, I'll just do half and half and see what sticks there. Because I can always just take the ones that will be cooked the longest out and put them in a container, and then have the others like later. Yeah, because I'm not a mushy greens kind of person now. I love them crunchy and nice and flavorful. Other folks, like my mother, still like them mushy, like boiled to the ends of time. Okay, so there's that. Um, well, I'm gonna also check the egg situation too, because he likes eggs. I got him eggs like a few days ago, but he eats eggs like it's going out of style. Like, he eats a lot, y'all. He eats a lot. That's the reason why I need another stream of income. He eats so much, and that was even before. Okay, that's his personality too. He eats a lot and he doesn't clean. But when he is at his best, he is very appreciative. My mother, in the early months of all of this happening, I wouldn't tell her everything, because I don't think she could handle all that, what was actually happening. And she wouldn't have been able to keep up with everything either, because that's the reason why I have my playlist. And if you want to check out the playlist, like, some days, 2 days could be feeling like 2 weeks worth of stuff happening. So there are some things I just couldn't even tell her, because it's like, what's the point? Because in a few hours something else will happen, and then it's like, oh gosh. All right, so yeah, so he is appreciative. So the thing is, we are very subtle people, me and our family. We're not loud or whatever. We're very sensitive, I think, compared to other people, I've noticed. A criticism stings really bad, deeply. Okay, so I have to be super mindful, especially as I over the time revisited and thought about how me and my brother grew up together and what my part, I'm not blaming myself, but maybe I am re-examining how I'm how I relate to him in a lot of ways. So I can't relate to him how we were both young, you know. I was still learning how to be whatever, and he was learning. And so now I've gone through a lot and work on myself, be mindful about where he is, you know, mentally and emotionally. I can't save, I mean, I don't know. I was about to say I can't save him, but I can influence a lot. All right, so I'm here, and like I said, what is in the bags? So I was looking for pepper, like a hot pepper. So I got a serrano. So I saw the jalapeno, and they were looking kind of sad. So I was like, no, thank you. So I went and got serrano. Then I got a tomatillo. I hope I'm saying that right. So it's in the nightshade family, which I have nightshade allergy, and I don't really care. So maybe maybe this is my theory. If I kind of build it up with other things, then maybe I can tolerate it a little more. But a tomatillo is in the nightshade family, same as with tomatoes. Okay, um, it's kind of spicy on its own, so I needed the spice. I was looking for red peppers, but I think red pepper flakes. I have some already at my house, or I know I have them in the classroom. I know, but I haven't been in the classroom, so I'm not gonna go into the building. I have access, but I'm not going. But anyway, so like it's already said, I have my apple cider vinegar already over there with the mother, the good stuff. Um, I got a lemon. I also have lime juice. I was gonna look for some a lime, but I was like, well, I've got a lemon, so I'll use the lemon. I have onion. I have some garlic that I'm just being honest. I should have planted already, and it'll survive. So I'll take a clove of it, one of them. Luckily, I got like two or three of them. One I can plant, one I can just go ahead and put in my fire cider. So I've got uh, from our school garden. What else did I get? Oh yeah, I also got some tofu for myself for next week. For this week. Oh yeah, ginger. So yes, I had powdered ginger, but I also want it fresh. So I got fresh ginger. It's gonna go into the fire cider. I also went and got honey. I wanted to get the good stuff. So in local. So luckily, um, here in Georgia, there are small farms all over the place. In fact, um, the store I went to that I knew would have at least some local honey, like they had at least three different brands from local farms. So I went ahead and got some honey from a farm that's in Georgia. And let's see what else. I think that's it. No, I have clove, so I'm going to include clove. Um, I wanted to look for. I have cinnamon too, which is up there, so maybe I need to get it. Um, I have cinnamon. I wanted to get a star anise. I have some, but they're really old. I'm scared. Like I don't think I should use it. Like it's really old at the house. Star anise, but I want some. Maybe I can add it later. So that's the thing. When we make stuff like this, it's gonna take 2 to 3 weeks to settle. Anyway, so maybe if I at least get it started, then I can add in the other spices as I gather them. There are places that I would prefer to go to get these things, but I don't want to travel across town either. So, or I can, yeah, I'll just wait for my other, maybe this weekend. But I am going to start it, the fire cider, today for the new year. Because I hear that the flu season has revved up really bad. I had already, even before school ended, like a couple of weeks ago, around the 19th, we had kids sick. They like between stomach bug and flu. One who, bless his little heart, like he wanted to be there. He wanted to be at school, and we zoomed him into the classroom just to say hello because he had been sick for so long, and he never is sick. So he had the flu. All right, and then yeah. So I just want to prepare myself. I already know that I'm probably gonna wear a mask the first few days back at school because I don't play those games. Okay. And I yeah, I can't afford to be sick as a caregiver. Okay, I don't know what happened, y'all. It just kicked me out. All right, so I'm gonna go. But yeah, I'm gonna start this cider and the greens and the black eyed peas for the new year. Have a wonderful, safe holiday. Um, yeah, I've got a lot of intentions to set. That's the other thing, my woo woo ness with the fire cider. Uh, here's to good health and wealth and all the good stuff. All right. Take care. Bye.